We're going to begin sketching our printing plate on this white paper. So this is just a pencil sketch. You can draw the biggest circle you can fit on this paper. If you're somebody who wants to use those circle tracers at your table, you can, but this is just our sketch. So I am going to divide this circle up like I would cut a pie or a pizza into fourths. Thinking about radial symmetry, we want every slice of this pie or pizza to look the same. So I'm going to start with a shape in the middle, and this is just my sketch. It doesn't mean I'm going to exactly put a circle in the middle, but that's kind of my starting point. If I put a shape on this line of the circle, I've got to put that same shape, the same size, about the same space from the middle all the way around. It would look the same if I cut this up into a pizza. If I put a shape in between those spots, like a long skinny rectangle, it's got to be the same and the same direction and the same size and the same space on every slice of that circle. So right now, this is just a sketch. It doesn't mean this is going to be my exact design, but it gets my brain thinking about radial symmetry. Once you're pretty confident in your sketch and that it looks the same all the way around the circle, you're going to switch to the actual paper we're going to create our stamper, our printing plate from. So it's just a thicker tag board. I am going to use that circle tracer to make my best circle, and I am going to cut that out with my scissors. To save time, I went and did that already. So I have my circle tracer. I want to find the exact middle of this circle so that I can lay my pieces out in a nice symmetrical radial symmetry design. I'm going to fold it in half like a pizza and make a crease. So I found the halfway point with that crease. I'm going to fold it in half like a taco again the other direction. And where those two lines intersect, I'm going to make a little dot. That is the center of my tracer, or of my circle. At your tables, you should have a bin of foam scraps. Depending on what you have at your table, you might actually have shapes that are pre-cut or pre-stickers. You're allowed to use one of these today in your design. So these work perfect if you would like for the middle shape. I'm going to put that right in the center as best as I can. So because it has to look the same all the way around, I can't really use my one sticker in a slice of the pie. It would have to be in the middle. Again, you don't have to use that. You can use any color today. These you will not see. This is just creating the raised surface of your stamper. So I am feeling a little bit lazy. I'm looking at my sketch, and I know I had triangles. I needed 4 of them. I am going to take 2 at the same time, and I'm even going to fold them in half. I'm just lining those edges up as best as I can so that I am cutting 4 layers of this foam at the same time. If this is too tricky for you to cut, I will show you another way to do this. I'm cutting through this 4 triangles that are the exact same size. All right, those are a little bit bigger than my sketch, but that's okay. I'm going to put those on those crease marks, those fold lines that I made, and they're all facing the same direction out. Flat surface is towards the middle, and they're about the equal spacing around the center. If it's too hard for you to cut 4 layers of foam at the same time, you could cut, I'm going to go with those rectangles. I'm cutting just one rectangle right now, making it my best cutting, nice, neat craftsmanship. Then I could use that rectangle as a tracer, and I can draw right on this foam and cut out multiple layers. I had no problem cutting out all those layers of foam at the same time, so I'm going to fold this again in fourths. I'll fold it 2 times to get 4 sides at the same time. And I would cut to get 4 matching shapes for my next design. As soon as I have all my shapes cut out, I would start to glue them. You definitely want a nice layer of glue on the backs of these shapes so that they don't pop off. I've had some problems in the past on our second day when we go to print. These shapes come off because there's not enough glue on them. So just the right amount so it's not oozing out the sides. When all of your shapes are glued down, these are going to go in the little red drying rack because they fit really nicely in there so that we are ready to print on the second day. Remember, These shapes are just creating that raised surface on your stamper. If I turn it on its side, it kind of has a thickness to it. The shapes stand up, it has a texture. The color of these shapes does not matter. We'll be rolling paint on them, like this one that has been used, rolling paint on them to stamp onto paper.